San Francisco, a bustling hub of development, technology, progress. A city of culture and personality. A city where big dreams fly, where success stories abound. A city that prides itself on its vision, that anyone's bright ideas can become a reality. For many, it is a city of hope, of pride, of excitement, of innovation. This is the side of San Francisco that you and I are used to seeing, the San Francisco that the world talks about.
But what if we told you that this is only half the story? What if we told you that there's another reality? What if we told you that according to a study from 2015, there are 6,686 homeless people on our streets? Even then, numerous sources have stated that this figure is likely an underestimate. What if we told you that there are 795 people who are homeless for every 100,000 residents? What if we told you that San Francisco has the second highest homeless population in the United States, trailing only New York City? Except New York has a population of 8.4 million. San Francisco has a population of only 850,000.
But of course, stats mean nothing if we don't back it up with the question, how did we get here?
Homelessness has become a daily reality for many residents, something so commonplace that people begin to turn a blind eye to what's happening around them. Having said this, homelessness becomes more than just an economic issue. It's an ethical one.
In his encyclical Pacem in Terris, Pope John XXIII writes that the right to live involves the duty to preserve one's life, the right to a decent standard of living, the duty to live in a becoming fashion. Pope John XXIII identifies all that comprises the right to live, the fundamental principle on which all Catholic social teaching is based. Given this, the current measures being taken to remedy the issue of homelessness are simply inadequate. There can be no resolution to this if we as a society fail to first become mindful of the humanity of those who are homeless. It's too easy for us as a society to simply view them as an other, and accordingly ignore them in our daily livelihood. However, as Pope John XXIII cautions, a just society is one that recognizes the dignity, the respect of humanity for all peoples, and above all, vigilantly works towards the preservation of life that he outlines.
This spirited cry for awareness is echoed by Pope Francis in his writing, Evangelii Gaudium. If every action has its consequences, an evil embedded in the structures of a society has a constant potential for disintegration and death. Pope Francis highlights that over time, it has become increasingly difficult for one to identify, or rather, dare to identify, the evil inherent within society because that has become an accepted part of our daily reality. This foundation for a society is simply toxic. Still though, it is one matter for us to merely identify such societal injustice. In the case of homelessness, economic inequality, it is another matter for action to be taken. Pope Francis's words are a call to action, urging us to work in the service of life to achieve social justice.
Action, of course, has become almost a cliche in the way we talk about issues in our society. We need to ask ourselves the bigger question: what does action look like? For us, it has taken form in education, teaching workshops at different teach-ins around the Bay Area. It has taken form in working with a nonprofit, the Street Store, and working to organize clothing drives. Action can be as simple as making a donation to a local shelter. It can be as simple as spending an evening working in a soup kitchen. Your action may seem small, insignificant even, but all it takes is one person, one action, to create something big.
So, to conclude, it is a recognition, the willingness to self-critique, to realize that there must be a change to our approach to solving this crisis of homelessness. So, if we began with the question of how did we get here, let's ask ourselves a new question. Will you join us in getting out?